What is up, guys? Jabbles here, coming back at you again for another Dota 2 replay commentary. This one courtesy of our friend Zacharific. Thank you, man, for reaching out and recommending this one to us. Sure, it'll be awesome, as all of your suggestions always are. Sorry I have been MIA for a bit. Life does get in the way sometimes, but happy to be back and casting what I'm sure will be another awesome game. So let's not waste any time and dive right into things. Starting off on the Radiant side, on the Enigma, we have Big Papa Bear. That's a nice name. Over on the Dragon Knight, we have Walking Lost. I suspect he will probably be going mid. Off lane, we'll have Yeezy Yeezy. Mr. West is in the building on the Axe. And then out in the safe lane, I'm sure we will have Luna, the 8-bit Avenger, and Warlock. Also making his way out as well. So it looks like these lanes will shape up quite nicely. I'm sure we'll see Enigma jungling here. But we can get into that as the game commences. Over on the Dire side, we have So What on the Morphling. Probably going carry in the safe lane here with Pogo on the Silencer, backing him up. Probably going mid, we will... well, we'll see who goes mid here. We do have a Tiny, Mandala on the Tiny. We have Chloe on the Viper. Both pretty good... mid heroes, and then the new Io Arcana coming out here. Looks like we'll just have exclamation point, so he'll just be Io for the remainder of the game. So let's see how this shakes out. This could be quite interesting. I honestly think this is the first game I've ever casted that actually has an Io in it, and an Io with no items at that. So looks like you're going to be just rushing a bottle, and it looks like we will have Tiny here going mid with it looks like maybe the Io backing him up. So this could be an interesting strategy depending on how they decide to play this. But let's take a look at how these other lanes are going to shape up. Axe solo off lane, that should be fine for him. But going up here against the Morphling and a Silencer, obviously having two ranged heroes here, probably going to be able to put a good bit of harass on him. We already see Pogo harassing Yeezy out of lane, already using his first Tango. So this could be an interesting lane for him. He'll have the jungle camps over here to fall back on, but it will be tough probably going up trying to get some of these last hits here. So I think Morphling should have a pretty good time here. Obviously, he can kind of morph through the calls and whatnot. So that remains to be seen. But yeah, looks like we've got a dual mid lane. Really throwing it back here. Walking Lost could find himself in a little bit of trouble here as he has to go up against what I'm sure will be a pretty powerful combo. That tether obviously will give Mandala enough to dive here as he misses the avalanche. So this is going to be a lane to watch. And as we're watching it, the first blood comes out. Also securing the kill on the Warlock. Going to get the kill there on a Viper. Was a Viper in the solo offlane. Obviously, Viper pretty squishy at the early levels. Only had 600 life. And, you know, Shadow Word is probably one of the most annoying spells in the entire game. You can just put out so much damage over time that it becomes a real nuisance to go up against, especially heroes that have low magic resistance, which I think... All right, so 25% magic resistance, but still, that's not going to be enough to prevent, you know, a hero like that getting bursted down. Then obviously, you throw in a Lucent Beam there, you can get a lot of burst damage in on him. So, able to get the kill, first blood there, going the way of the Radiant side. Looks like they may have got another kill as well off my game after not being in it for a little bit. Let's take a look at what the stats have been so far. Tether coming in. They're going to try and go in on Walking Lost. Is he going to be able to burst him down? Has the breathe fire in about a second. Is he going to use it is the question. That tether healing up the Tiny now. Putting in more harass on him. Going to be using it, but not enough to burst him down. Here comes the avalanche. Going to try and secure a kill here. Really a lot of harass. Going to toss him back. And this will be interesting here. Tiny does already have 15 last hits compared to Dragon Knight's only 5. So that's a pretty significant advantage. Clearly the... you know, from a last hit standpoint, that's working out. But see how it's going from a leveling standpoint? It's working out so well so far. So we'll see as the game progresses how that goes. Also, trying to put in some more harass. Chloe trying to burst him down. Already level 3 now. Enigma's been having a relatively safe time to himself in the jungle here. Looks like he'll be going straight into... Alright, going straight into a Hand of Midas. That will certainly come in handy as he tries to accelerate that farm. Get a quick blink. Axe has had a very tough go of things up here in the top lane. Let's see, does he have how many creeps does he have? Only has 2 creeps so far. So this game so far has been tough for the Radiant side here early. They'll look to try and claw back this one as the game progresses. Gonna get a kill here in the mid lane. They almost lost him too. As that tether finally coming through, able to secure a kill. Axe trying to come in and find a kill. Is he gonna try and wrap around on him here? Easy, just too slow. Calling out the missing. They're gonna be able to run back now as the score goes 2-1 in their favor. Io now just going for a bottle. Maybe gonna try and make his way bottom. There is a haste rune here in the top. We'll see Axe pick that up as he makes his way back into the top lane here. Not much he'll be able to really do with it, though. He'll just have to go to camps here. Is he going to try and farm them is the question. Nothing much so far. Enigma now taking over the last hit leaderboard, as is to be expected. Walking Lost, trying his best. Going to get Avalanche here. Getting tossed now under tower. Tower does draw aggro to him. All the spirits bursting into him. It looks like they're going to get another kill here. Is it going to be enough? He's getting out. He's very tanky. Here comes a toss. It's going to bring him down. One more shot should do it. No, he gets away with that dragon's blood. And here comes Aso trying to secure a kill. Mandala out of position now. He could be in trouble. Avalanche is going to come out. Going to toss it onto Aso. Going to try and bring him down, but the tower has aggroed him. Shadow Word comes out, and I think that damage over time is going to be enough to tick him down. Here he goes. Slowly but surely. Breathe Fire misses. Aso trying to chase him down. He's going to try and deny himself, but not in time. Didn't make it to the neutrals. And getting really deep in there. Walking Lost looked as good as dead, and they're able to turn that one, bringing the score in Radiant's favor. Excellent job there. Axe is going to fall in the top lane to Silencer. And unfortunate there is it looks like he may have been just trying to farm some jungle camps uncontested, but they say, no, not today, my friend. Morphling now. Excellent job. 17 denies. That is absolutely ruthless. 17 deny, 18 denies now with 27 last hits. That is really something else. So, accelerating farm and experience is the Morphling. Got a real engagement going here down in the mid lane. Oh, gonna miss the call there from Yeezy. This dual mid lane has been aggressive so far. They're gonna shrine up here. Meanwhile, they have left Luna to her own devices. She has, interesting, I'm not sure what she went. Right for boots, right into Aquila. Which is an interesting go of things there. Tiny now in the mid lane. They're going on him now. Is Easy going to be able to bring him down? Doesn't have the call available, but the counter Helix was working. Arcane Curse is going to come out. And the last word. Here comes more. Asa with the double damage. Is he going to be able to bring any down? I don't think he will. Doesn't have enough mana to really do much. Wants to get a kill. Uphill. Going to get tossed. Double damage coming out. Going to get him with the fatal bonds. Excellent job there. Going to bring down the Io. They're going to go for more. Walking Lost trying to get in there. Dragon's Blood keeping him tanky as ever. What an uphill shot from the Warlock, being able to bring down that Io. They're gonna have to shrine up now. With all this early game fighting, it's left these carries kind of to their own devices. Morphling now doing an excellent job from a net worth perspective. He is top of the leaderboard with Tiny right behind him. Luna has kind of been left alone as well. And that's obviously, she can really transition into a super hard carry. I think she must be going for... She picked up the early Band of Elven skin, but I think she's probably just trying to pick up upgrade her boots, maybe? Maybe she's going to just go for something... Go for the power treads. She can get the Lucent Beam off on Chloe. I think she'd probably kill him. Her. Whatever. Walking tall now. Coming back in. Gonna get Avalanche. Here comes the tether. Gonna get the toss out, but also back in tow. Breathe Fire. Gonna get him with the fatal bonds. Warlock doing work now. This is absolutely penetrating. Are they gonna get the kill on Aso, though, is the question. 5 seconds till the Breathe Fire. He's gonna go down. Down goes Warlock. Tower coming out. Is it gonna be enough? Has the Breathe Fire. Doesn't it enough. Gonna bring down the Io. One more shot from the parking lot. Down goes Tiny. And that aggressive dual lane, once again, overextending just ever so slightly as Tower aggro is going to bring him down. There have been a lot of chances here where the mid lane here ends up getting a kill, but then they overextend and they end up dying. These trades are... It's hard to say how favorable they are, and I think, truthfully, they're probably not that favorable. You're already splitting XP, and if you're dying as 2 that frequently on a long enough timeline, I think Dragonite's going to come online. I don't know what he's building into first here, but it seems to be their position to just dive them right away. They TP in and just dive. Obviously, the Dragon's Blood is such an incredible spell. I mean, having 16 health regen already, it's going to be really tough to bring him down. There's a lot of burst that needs to happen there. There is a regen rune here. Lucent Beam now coming out. Viper trying. I don't know if this is going to work out for her. Down she goes. Really overextending there, but is it enough poison damage to bring her down is the question. Going to get a pause coming out here. Yeah, she's going to end up being fine. It's the 8-bit Avenger. I don't know what exactly the plan of attack there was from the Viper. I mean, we can see sometimes the attack speed from Viper and with the poison damage bring it down, but it's too early in the game for that. These starting items just aren't enough. Doesn't even have boots yet. So not really sure what they were thinking. Another kill picked up there for Luna. And interestingly enough, we already have the Warlock top the leaderboard. That is absolutely wild. You don't usually see that every day, but he has such a potent, place in the meta nowadays. His spells just they really partner well together. They synergize well, I should say. Especially with a team like this. Just talking a little bit about the team comp while we have a break in the action here. I think that the Radiant team really has a lot of spells that synergize nicely. And I want to actually focus particularly on the Fatal Bonds. Because of Warlock's kit, the Fatal Bonds and the Chaotic Offering are going to pair really nicely, especially if you get that with a blink Black Hole. So you can blink, so now we can blink, Black Hole, Fatal Bonds into the Chaotic Offering is going to be enough to basically shred their entire team. And if you put that on top of the Axe Call and on top of the Lunar Eclipse, like, by God, that's a wombo combo for the ages. So I would like to see, I don't know who knows what's gonna happen in this game, but if they're able to pull off one of those combos, it's gonna be absolutely devastating. Now, that's not to say that the Radiant team doesn't have a good team combo. I think they do, but I just don't know if it synergizes as nicely as the Radiant team. I'm sorry, Dire rather. Obviously, Morphling is an extremely hard carry. Silencer is one of those supports which just has the kind of team fight ultimate that can turn a fight on its head, but he's going to have to be very judicious with how he uses it, because if he uses it too early or too late, you kind of have to use it in anticipation of a black hole, and it's really hard to do that, even a Chaotic Offering for that matter. So remains to be seen what they'll be able to do. But the Tiny IO, I think they must be playing together because I'm gonna miss there with the Avalanche. Must be playing together because it's really hard to time that kind of combo. And let's see if IO decides to roam around the map, start making some other things happen. Axe finally gonna get some support here from the Warlock. Gonna miss the call there on So What. Here comes a relocate. It's coming in now. This is exactly what we're talking about. They may be able to get it here. Here comes the toss into the Avalanche. That's an easy kill on the Axe. Wow. Bursting him down in no time. Warlock trying to get out, keeping himself alive with the Shadow Word, trying to dodge those spirits there, and they're going to get brought back. As Io goes back into the mid lane without Tiny, that tether had been broken. That did give Dragon Knight just a little bit of space to farm. He's still lacking a little bit here, but he's working his way back into things. Meanwhile, Luna has, I would think, would have had a little bit of a better time here. The farm here has been impressive from the Dire side. Kill there, going to go down on the Warlock. So it looks like Tiny will ultimately find his kill, as they dove deep there for that one. They're TPing in now. Are they going to go bot? It looks like they are. But it looks like it was just... Okay, Io for some reason came in at a different spot. Tether now coming in. They really want to go, but I think Luna knows what's up. I don't know why they're diving so deep, but here they go. He's not afraid, going right in now. And quite frankly, I think it's going to work out. My God. Mandela knew what he wanted, and he went and got it. That was an aggressive play, but it ends up paying off. As they dive deep, Marina Trench style, and they end up securing an easy kill on a Luna. Wow, that's something they're going to have to watch out for. They've clearly practiced this a couple times before. Warlock's still not level 6, and that's going to be a problem here. He is the bottom of the board so far. Obviously, his ultimate is going to be key to start pushing down some of these towers and turning some of these team fights. Obviously, a BKB piercing stun. Uh-oh, here we go. They're diving deep again. They want Warlock this time. Going to get it off. There comes the toss, but it's not going to catch Aso. Nope, going to get it now. They're going to get it in now. Shadow Word now coming up. There's the Global Silence. That's exactly what they needed. Io going to tether back in onto the Tiny. It's looking like it's shaping up to be a real team, real big fight here, but I think they're all going to probably reset. Enigma doesn't have enough mana right now. He obviously has his Soul Ring, so he does have enough for a black hole, but doesn't have a blink yet, and still just working toward his boots. So that fight ends up being a little bit of nothing, as this Dire team tries to continue their advantage in terms of gold. They've done an excellent job farming so far, and it's been paying off. So you can see here from the net worth graph. Let's take a look at that quickly. Okay, so it's only actually 500 gold difference, which really is surprising. I guess it comes into play here with this whole middle section going the way of the Radiant side. So a more balanced approach, whereas Dire may be going for a little bit more top heavy. And Luna going down again. My God, these relocates are hard to follow. They are going to be able to continue to abuse that throughout the game. I think Luna really is going to have to tank up pretty quickly. What items does she have so far? Okay, so it looks like she's going to be going in for a Mask of Madness build, which is interesting. Oh, they're going to be able to get the relocate and another kill on Enigma, who's farming. Do they have vision of him? It looks like they did. A deep ward here. Wow, that's going to be huge for some of these relocate kills, and that's a huge one there for them. It's been a reign of terror from this Tiny and Io. Tiny now picking up, has his blink dagger. That is going to be absolutely huge for him. I'm sure he'll be building right into Ags here. And obviously Io now just probably using those wards to just try and find people. They have Aso down here. Oh God, they see him already. Is he going to be able to get out? Doesn't have a TP. He's trying to juke him out of the trees, but they're going to track him down. He's as good as dead now. There he is. They're going to find him. There's the toss. And unnecessary arcane curses. Kill. Another one going the way of Mandala. The scoreboard now taking a controlling lead is the Tiny. And they don't have an answer for him so far. They're right. They're going to need vision if they're going to be able to counter this. And he's going to be able to tank this tower as the tether is just going to heal him up. And that's going to be the first of the game going down now. Unfortunately, Radiant just hasn't really had enough push potential so far in this game. And they really haven't been trying to... I haven't really seen them make much of any ganks so far. It'd be interesting to see if they want to try and go on one of these heroes, what they're going to do here. You see the dragon form coming out on Walking Lost, going to try and burst down a tower of their own. Papa Bear could be throwing in his own auto attacks, but seems to be a bit AFK at the moment. They're going to look like they're going to shrine up here. Walking Lost continue just trying to put out some damage, push this as fast as he can. Papa Bear just hanging out on the outskirts here. Couldn't get the illusion rune on Yeezy, but I think it's too little too late. Chloe's going to be able to pull back this thing. Here comes Pogo. Should be able to slow down Walking Lost. Going to get a last word off on him. Is it going to be enough to kill him is the question. He's going to try and tank this tower. He's going to miss it. Looks like that's going to end up getting denied. No, it is going to go the way of Walking Lost. Wow, okay. So looks like that Fire Breath ends up doing the last bit of tick damage there to the tower and able to bring one down. So suddenly, even on the tower front... No, I'm sorry. The top tower has already fallen. So a nice good bit of vision here on the Radiant side on this left side of the map. But unfortunately, the vision game going into their own jungle is certainly going the way of the Dire. So see what they're going to try and do now. Dragon Knight now hitting the jungle. He's going to go in for it himself. Bit of a stalemate reaching the game right now. Io looks like she's going to be trying to get in there and maybe put a ward out. That's her trusty friend Tiny. There they go to find him again. BFFs get kills together. Friends that tether together, kill together. And there's another one for the board. 100 last hits. My God. This Morphling needs to be shut down quickly or he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Going right into a Lincoln Sphere. I mean, this is absolutely insane. 107 last hits. In terms of net worth, him and Tiny. Tiny's has been getting his from kills, but Jesus. They have not been able to do much. Yeezy having his Blink Dagger canceled here once again. He's not able to do too much as he is silenced. Walking Lost trying to do his best. Getting the double damage rune. This Enigma needs to start farming a lot faster if they're going to be able to bring this back. They're going to get it on Axe. Axe has his Blink Dagger, so that's going to start being able to make some plays. And I don't know if this Luna... Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Mask of Madness build. I just think the old school build is better. And here they go. We're going to have Tiny going in on him again, and that's going to be maybe another easy kill. No. Going to be able to get out. Little tick damage there is going to be enough. The Urn of Shadow is doing work. So had the Chaotic Offering. Decided not to drop it. Are they going to be able to catch the Morphling is the question. Obviously so tanky as he morphs into strength. No, not yet, but they're going to catch him with the Black Hole. He's trying to morph his way through it. Is it going to be enough is the question. Should be a kill here. Finally getting one, bringing him down. Kill going the way of the Dragon Knight. So an excellent job there. Going to finally be able to push this. Meanwhile, though, bottom finding itself in a bit of trouble here. Just tossing it onto the tower, trying to burst down as quick as they can. No response so far from the Radiant side. They may be losing a tier 2 at the 17-minute mark. This is not a good go of things. This Tiny has been on an absolute rampage. Wreck-It Ralph style. Meanwhile, mid tower now getting pushed by the Silencer and the Viper, who goes for an interesting Vanguard pickup. Not sure what the thought there is for that one. These three trying to hack away at their first tier 1. It'd be smart to go for 2 here. They have the Chaotic Offering. We haven't even seen it dropped once in this game yet. I'm not sure what the game plan is here for the Radiant side. But they need to start making something happen. Uh-oh. 8-Bit Avenger going to miss with the Avalanche there. Getting lucky for a second. Is it going to be enough to help, though? Going to get a stun off there. Are they going to be able to bring him down? Yes, they're going to get the kill on the IO. Now they're going to try and collapse on the Tiny, but he is so far ahead. 8-Bit Avenger has the Eclipse available. She probably wants to get in there and use it. Trying to build into a Yasha. Perhaps she's going to go straight, maybe Mask of Madness into Manta. I would think, you know, maybe just Dragonlance Manta. I'm a fan of the old build. I don't know. Mask of Madness seems a little bit limiting, but then again, she only has really one spell to use, so it can kind of work. But I think the Dragonlance, like the HP that it gives you, as we've seen, like that little bit of tankiness could go a long way in helping her survive some of these ganks, at least long enough to get some support. She's trying to farm some Ancients up here, but she's falling behind quite a bit in terms of net worth. I don't think any... Is he going to try and go for this? Tiny finding 2 here. Not afraid at all. Blinking Pass going to hit with the Lucent Beam. Going to pop the Lunar Eclipse, but it's not even going to scratch him as that tether is just securing everyone. Chaotic Offering finally coming out. There's no blink. There's no nothing for this Enigma, so there's really nothing he can do. They're finally going to bring down the Warlock there, and Io surviving through it all. Getting it off. Going to finally go down, even though after getting the Urn of Shadows off, not going to matter. We get a little bit of speed here, but they're going to try and find the Axe. Axe getting in there. Getting tossed. He might not even survive. Not even going to get the call off. That's 3 down. This is going to be a disaster for them. The Golem doing work here. Is it enough? Huge slow here out on the Dragon Knights to try and chase down more. But it looks like these 3 are going to escape. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Pushing Dire more in their favor. They're going to get out now. Almost got a lot of kills there. Meanwhile, once again, Morphling left to his own devices, taking another tower. And this has just been a disaster so far for the Radiant side. I guess all that synergy I was talking about not really coming to bear as this game kind of reaches the mid-game area. We see Dragon Knight now picking up the Maelstrom. That'll help him flash farm a little bit better. In terms of other major items, Lincoln Sphere out on Morphling. Okay, Silencer picking up a Hand of Midas himself, so trying to accelerate that farm for him. We now have Echo Saber and Blink Dagger out on Tiny. He is obviously going to be the hardest of carries for them. Gonna need that the Ags relatively soon. He's already building into it. He's pretty close too. Maybe only about 1,500 gold away. Io has obviously been just living that support life, supporting Tiny through and through, and doing a good job of it at that. And finally, Viper. This is an interesting build. I'm not sure what it's going. So a 4-staff Vanguard build. Very interesting. Not exactly sure how that partners with this kit. Usually you see maybe like just a Shadow Blade Maelstrom himself, or remains to be seen. Ooh, an Electrified River. It's the first I've seen of that. The intro here, one of these guys is like a 1,200. Uh-oh, here we go. Down goes Luna. Oh, not much of a blessing in this game. She's been getting picked on like a high school bully. These two, not good. 13 Reasons Why, am I right? Yeah, topical reference.
Middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Here we go. A little dewarding being done, but it's not going to matter. Ndala finding him out. Aso's going down. Nothing you can do about that. Godlike now. 14 kills, 14, 2, and 5 at the 21-minute mark. That is incredible. That's like a kill less than every 2 minutes. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely banana land. And they're going to just continue to push down these towers. I think the only one standing is this mid tower. So Radiant finds themselves a little bit cut off. Not a whole lot they can do. This BKB pickup on Enigma is going to be huge. He's trying to do his part to deward here. The vision game has been so debilitating for this Radiant side that Dire has to be feeling pretty good. They have a 5,800 net worth lead. Didn't even need to check the graph. Got it up here. Totally forgot about that. Thanks, Gaben. But meanwhile, Haste Rune bottled up on the IO. That could certainly help. These two still roaming together. Tiny will clear some jungle camps in the meantime. Dragon Knight trying his best. Picks up a Pipe of Insight. So that's certainly an interesting pickup. I don't know how much magic damage they're really going up against here. But I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. Enigma trying his best. Closing on his next item. Here we go. They might get gone on here now. They just have not been seeing anybody. They find the Dragon Knight. They're going to go down on him. They're tethered up. Tether breaks now. Going to toss him back. There's the black hole. Finally going to get in time. But Tiny's going to stun him with the craggy exterior. Oh my god, that's a disaster. Not what you wanted there. Going to finally drop the Chaotic Offering. But it looks like somebody has a Guardian Greaves or something. Down go two. Dragon Knight. That's 3. Here we go. Finally, the Eclipse coming out. They're going to bring down the Viper and the Silencer. But it might not be enough. Yeezy. With the Blade Mail, 8-bit Avenger easily going to fall here. Going to get bursted down. That's a 4-for-2 trade, and it's not looking good. Yeezy can't do much. Needs to get back and defend, but he certainly can't defend on his own. That black hole getting canceled by the craggy exterior was the worst of circumstances there for them. He's trying to go in here. He's going to go in too deep, though. Gets the call of his guy. You're going to kill Tiny. Tiny's going to kill himself on Yeezy, so it may be worth it at the end. I think it's going to go his way. Picking up 1,150 gold just from that one kill on the Tiny. So it was worth it to get in there. They're going to lose the tower here, but I think in terms of gold, that's going to at least probably bring him closer to his next item, which at this point looks like it's going to be a Vanguard. Luna has just been too far behind to make an impact. Just going for a Dragonlance now is really too late in the game for that. They're going to be bringing down... No, they don't have a tier 3 yet, so can't bring down those shrines, but they'll be splitting up the camps here. But Luna just needs to be able to make more of that farm. By 25 minutes, probably should have at least 2 major items, of which she only has 1. And so as we see, she's lacking not only the HP, which is probably the most important part, but she can't survive long enough to use her Eclipse. So that's been a unfortunate set of circumstances. Warlock's been able to drop a couple good ultimates, but those golems can only do so much. Manta style now out on Morphling. So he is going to be able to split push with the best of them. Yeezy trying to find him here. Oh, going to just get the waveform out as the call comes out. Excellent job there. Yeah, so the mech coming out on the IO. Just building more for team survivability. That little burst of health obviously kept them alive long enough there to turn that fight even further. Or not turn it, but to keep it in their favor. Still a bit confused by this Viper's build, but it's been working just fine. The team has been putting them on their back. Interesting that Silencer went for the Hand of Midas. Has been building a lot of support items. Looks like his 4 staffs. Oh, is he going for a Yule Scepter? Okay. Interesting. Probably going to try and... not sure what you can purge off with that. Maybe you can purge out of a call with the Yule Scepter? Maybe possible. I'm not entirely sure. 8-bit Avenger. Scared. Running for his life. The Ags now coming out on the Tiny. Going right into a Sulcurus, I believe. Yeah. So, the rich get richer, as they say. As they're really knocking on their door here. This Tiny has been wreaking havoc and shows no signs of stopping. Meanwhile, Morphling, rich in his own right and going for an easy butterfly. They're going to use the scan here, so they know where they are. We see now... Luna trying to push out the lanes on her own. Rest of the team huddled in base just simply waiting, which is just going to give them more time to farm their jungle. Dragon Knight trying to get some creeps of his own, as he is going to be really their only hope. Has some good vision there, so they'll know if they're coming. He wants that Hyperstone so badly, but still, 6,000 gold away is quite a bit. The Tiny illusion now coming in. Will they fall for it is the question. Yeah, they're going to go in on it. They're going to call it. And even the illusions are tanky. They're going to think they're going to bring it down, but they're going to waste everything on them. Meanwhile, the jungle being laid to waste by this dire team. They have been absolutely running train through it as they continue to just farm these camps really with reckless abandon. Going to have the Yule Scepter picked up on the silencer. I'm sure it's headed out to him now. It is. And now they will make their march in toward the bot. This is the final, really a final stand here for this team. Now's where these team fight ultimates all need to come out. That blink call can work. And they can get that blink black hole. That's going to be huge for them. Going to get the midnight pulse coming out. Just getting some of these away. Dire knows better than to group up too much. Question is, when they have to go high ground, it's going to be tough for them. Who are they going to go for first is the question. It's Axe hanging back. It all comes down to this. Just going to keep all the lanes pushed out so far. Maybe they'll go for a bit of a split push. That would probably be the preferred method here. Make them split up. If they've got to use their ultimates, at least they can't use them at the same time. The replicate should be out. Okay, they're finally... Okay, they're going to go for the Roche now, and I think that's going to be preferable. You got to get the Aegis on Tiny so he can just get in there on his own and just start hacking away at buildings. With the Aegis, it lets you at least survive through one combo, and then you can continue to fight. They'll be able to get the regen rune here too, which will be nice. Keep them all healed up. Io grabs the regen rune. Gonna pick that up. I think probably bottled it up. Yeah, bottled up the regen rune. Finally got the Aegis. Tiny's ready to rumble. He's even got the Hyperstone just for good measure. Probably going straight in for a Moon Shard. Gonna just kill these Eidolons. Cleave just doing so much damage. I'm gonna want to zoom out for this one. 10,000 net worth advantage here for them. This is the fight, folks. This is where it all is for all the marbles here. Pushing up with those... Okay, they're gonna just dive right in. On the Dragon Knight, he's in trouble. There's the chaotic offering finally coming out. There's the black hole. It's gonna catch 4, but no, he's gonna catch him with the burst from the Morphling. Okay, they're gonna be able to catch 3 there. Gonna pop the Aegis. They're gonna be able to burst down Tiny quite quickly, so they're finally gonna get all 3. So a 3-for-1 trade there, going their way. It's gonna be 4 now. They may get all 5 here. Closing in on him is easy. Could probably dunk it from here. Where is it? He doesn't have it available. Chasing him down. Gonna get the Yule Scepter off. Uses it defensively. 8-bit Avenger trying to track him down, getting body blocked by this Warlock. There he goes, diving in. Gonna get it with the damage over time and Yeezy getting the final kill. 5-for-1 trade, cutting that deficit in half. That's a 4,000 gold swing their way. Only 2, yeah, I feel you, man. He did miss Morph by 2 inches. As the adaptive strike coming out, breaking him out of that black hole. Was able to catch them all for a little bit. But yeah, I don't blame him. That certainly is something to be upset about. But they're now able to push down quite quickly. The buyback is only available on Tiny. Viper now may try to defend himself. Tiny's going to buy back quite instantly. They're going to back off now, knowing that Tiny is the threat here. Going to go in on him now. They're going to try and turn this. They could turn it on him. Going to get the Shadow Word. Going to keep Dragon Knight alive. Now has a Mjolnir. Trying to turn this himself. Io now coming back in. This could be a disaster for Walking Lost. Going to get tossed. Yeezy trying to come in. Can he get the call off? Doesn't have it available, and there's going to be an easy kill on the Dragon Knights. Down he goes. They all have to retreat now. Has buyback available. But man, that was tough. A DD now available in the top rune. And they're just going to come try push down once again. They know they have an advantage with Dragon Knight out. They're going to have to force him to buy back. Relocate comes in. Oh, and an easy blink out. Papa Bear. So close. But it was Goldilocks. It was just right with the blink. Hitting them with the question mark. Very interesting. Trying to tilt these fools. Here we go. Mandala now getting in there. No black hole for another minute straight. So they may lose their first tier 3 here. Gonna get a buyback. This is interesting now. Gonna get a call off. Are they gonna be able to do anything? Getting Yule Sceptered though. That's probably what they needed that for. Counter Helix not able to do enough work. Stun's gonna come out on the Tiny. They'll be able to bring him down. Looks like he's gonna fall. Tiny's gonna go down. He had bought back. He's down for 75 seconds. So what? Just gonna morph through this. Gonna get waves back. Gonna get the tether there from the Io. But I think they want more. I think they're gonna try and chase for this. Adaptive Strike coming out. Minor stun there. 8-bit Avenger with the Mask of Madness. Not able to use the loosened beam. This fight is getting split up. They're going to tether back. Yeezy trying to chase him down. Who's he going to go for? Walking Tall has gone in front of him. Going to try and bring him down. Going to pop his Lincoln Sphere. So he's going to catch him with the call. Counter Helix doing a little bit of work, but he's so much strength with the morph. Is he going to be able to bring him down? Going to get him with the Fatal Bonds, but are they going to be able to bring down the Silencer? Looks like that Hand of Might is coming back to bite him in the ass as he's running a heavy position 5. Trying to go in for more is the Axe. Looks like they'll just get 2 here, but with Tiny down, they should be able to push into the base here. And the first tier 3, unexpectedly, might go the way of the Radiant side. Incredible here. This Luna, suddenly, I'd criticize her for her lack of items here. Finally, using a Lunar Eclipse, should be able to bring him down. At least burst him down enough to prevent them from fighting more. Has the losing beam available. There we go. The huge counter offering coming out, and it's the Black Hole. Finally partnering it up together. They're going to get all 5. It's a 5-man wipe. Tiny's back in the game. Viper has buyback available. There's the synergy we wanted to see all game, folks. Finally, it comes out at the end here as they take the first set of racks. Or are they just going to go for Throne? Tiny trying to come in here. They're hacking away the tier 4s. The Crescent, the Moonglaves just bouncing between these towers. They're going to go for tier 4s automatically. Is it going to be enough, though? Silencer with the Arcane Curse. They're going to be able to get the tier 4. The first one falls. Going in. This Manta style doing absolute work. These bounces too much to handle. Viper buying back. Trying to come in as the Tiny. Are they going to be able to bring him in? He is stunned, though. He's going to get brought down, and down goes Tiny. How did they burst right through him? My God. Dragon Knight doing work. That shit might be game, folks. They're going to go for the throne here. Tier 4s are down. They're honing in on the throne, and I think that's going to be GG. My God, what a comeback. Walking Lost chirping him. Yeezy with the secondary chirp, and man, it has been a sweet one for them. Things were not looking good all game long, and they finally pull out the victory, ending with a 9,000 gold net worth lead. My God, folks. That was exactly what we wanted to see, and that's the cherry on top with an ultimate, well, I say ultimate, but a wonderful synchronization of the ultimates there. Finally bursting through that tough Radiant, dire defense, rather, to be able to get them the win. So excellent job there. Zacharific, my man, thank you for submitting this. That was a fun one, as always.